Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the 6 a.m. Club where we start our day inspired. Today, I want to chat with you about a quote that it's been in my mind lately. I came across the other day and it really made me think. It says, patience is not simply the ability to wait, it's how we behave while we're waiting. As I said, this really made me think about what it really means to be patient and how can I better handle those waiting periods in a way that brings the best in me. So let's start with what patience really means. Typically, we think of patience as just enduring the wait, right? But this quote suggests it's much more than that. It's about how we act, how we feel, how we think while we're waiting. It's not just sitting there and twiddling our thumbs, it's an active state of being. I want you to think about the times that you've had to wait for something important. Maybe it was an important event, or maybe you were waiting for a job offer, or a big project to come through, or even the results of something that you've worked hard on. How did you behave during that time? Here are some ways to think about it. I think after reflecting on this quote, that some of the behaviors associated with patience include staying calm. It's so easy to get frustrated when things aren't moving at our pace. I know I get frustrated when things are not moving at my pace, but staying calm can make a big difference. Think about how you feel when you're calm versus when you're anxious. I don't know about you, but calmness brings clarity. Another behavior associated with patience is keeping a positive outlook. This one is huge. Instead of focusing on what it's not happening, why not trying to see the possibilities? What if this waiting period is actually setting you up for something even better? Have you ever seen things from that perspective? The third behavior that I can think is associated with patience is being present. This is probably the toughest one for me, at least. Instead of constantly looking ahead, what if we try to focus on the here and the now, enjoying the current moment because it is the only we really have? I don't know, but all of these things are challenging to me. I need to really be intentional to stay calm, to be present. I'm always looking ahead. I'm always trying to move quickly, and I get frustrated when things are not moving at the pace that I want. And then if it's taking too long, I start to thinking, why is this not moving along? Is there something wrong? Or even worse, is there something wrong with me? Instead of staying calm so I can be more clear, try to focus on the possibilities, thinking on how this wait is preparing me for what is coming. And just for a moment, stop looking ahead and just focus on the present. Now, let's talk about some real life situations where our patience is tested. Because I don't know about you, but my patience is tested almost every single day. I just want to share a few examples. One more related with your career. Maybe is waiting for that promotion or that big break that can be nerve wracking. Instead of getting caught up in the when will it happen mindset, focus on what can I control. Keep doing a great work. Look for ways to grow, to build stronger relationships with peers and colleagues and your boss and your stakeholders. Eventually, I always believe that big breakthrough, that promotion, that recognition will happen. if you keep doing that great work and you keep pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone. And of course, there's a component of also voicing what are your aspirations. Another area where our patience gets tested is in our personal goals, whether it is a fitness goal, uh, whether it is learning something new. Progress sometimes can be slow in those areas. That's why I always personally try to celebrate the small wins to stay disciplined. And the hardest one, to be kind to myself. It's all part of the journey. And when you see it from that perspective, that it is part of the journey, then all of a sudden your perspective changes around the pace at which you're making progress. Another area or real life situation that test our patience is relationships. Building deep connections takes time, whether it's a friendship, whether it is a romantic relationship, whether it is a family tie. Patience you know, can go a long way, right? Trust that the bond will strengthen over time with care and with effort. And I want to underline that care and effort. A lot of times we assume, like with family, just because they're family, that relationship and that deep connection is going to be there. No, it does take conscious effort and care to build and maintain and nourish those relationships. One thing that tests my patience every day is my kids. I don't know about you if you are a parent, but I think I am a more patient person as a result of becoming a mom. The last 15 years since my oldest was born, I can see an evolution, a transformation in just my level of patience. So we come to the question, how do we get better at this patience thing? So I want to share with you some ideas of things that have helped me. The first thing is setting realistic expectations. Understanding that good things take time can really help us to be more patient. If we set realistic goals and timelines, we're less likely to get frustrated. See, what I had found for myself is that the reason why I was so not patient is because I always have high expectations for myself. I always set many times unrealistic goals. And then when things are not happening as quickly as I saw them in my head once, I start to get impatient. But when I started to set more realistic goals, more realistic timelines, then it was easier not to get frustrated and to be more patient. Another thing that can help is reflecting on past experiences. Look back at times when patience paid off for you. Remind yourself of those moments when waiting led to something great. It's encouraging to see how patience have benefited us before. I can think of a million situations where because I was patient, there was an even better outcome than what I expected at the beginning. So looking back and reflecting of those experiences can really help you stay grounded and focus on the moment and realize the value that patience brings and that there is a light at the other side. There's something better at the other side. And then the other thing that can help is mindfulness. Things like meditation or deep breathing or journaling can really help. They bring us back to the present and help calm our minds. So those are three things that I think can help all of us to cultivate patience. Definitely helped me. And I think the other thing is just practicing patience. right? Anytime that you're in the midst of a situation when you're starting to get aware of you not being patient, how can you anchor yourself and remind yourself of all of these things? So that waiting period can bring the best in you. Patience is more than just waiting. It's about how we conduct ourselves during the wait. By staying calm and positive and present, we can transform our experience and grow in the process. Thank you so much for hanging out with me this morning or whenever you're listening to today's episode. Remember, next time you're waiting for something, think about how can you make the most of that time. I hope you have a great day. Stay patient and keep moving forward.